Confucius, known as Kong-Tzu in Chinese, was a teacher, philosopher, and government official in the Eastern Zhou dynasty, who lived from 551 to 475 BCE. He lived in an era without any centralized state authority, but looked back on the Western Zhou dynasty as the pinnacle of how people ought live, with strong rulers who used rituals to maintain a relationship with heaven. While he did some writing and editing himself, most of what we know of his philosophical and political beliefs comes from the Luan Yu, or the Analects, which were compiled by his disciples. The Analects was one of the 4 books of Confucianism, which laid out the core values of Confucianism. In addition, there were the 5 classics, which make up the traditional Confucian canon. The authorship of the classics is not definitively known, but Confucius and his followers are thought to have at least played a hand in their creation. The majority of what we know about Confucius's view on music comes from the Analects, although there is thought to be a 6th classic called the Classic of Music, which laid out Confucian ideas about music more specifically. This classic is believed to have been destroyed during the book burnings of the first emperor of the Qin dynasty. We know a lot about Confucius's thoughts on music, though. He was primarily focused on ceremonial music, not folk music. For Confucius, ritual and music, Li and Yue, were important parts of becoming a better, more perfect person. He said, "Find inspiration in the odes, take your place through ritual, and achieve perfection with music." The harmony and numerical organization of music both served as a way of becoming better and understanding one's role in society, and as a metaphor for the way society should be organized. When things are not successfully accomplished, he said, ritual practice and music will fail to flourish. When ritual and music fail to flourish, punishments and penalties will miss the mark. This music, that Confucius was so inspired by, is called Yayue.
The history of Yayue is inextricably linked to the court culture of Chinese kingdoms. It represents and is itself supported by the Confucian ideology that served as the backbone of royal authority. Yayue's emphasis on order and traditional instrumentation underscores its status as the preferred style of music in Confucian China. Yayue music is typically slow, stately, and monophonic. Performances can be broken into 2 broad categories, corresponding with yin and yang. Smaller ones are yin and are meant to play on the terraces of a building. Larger performances are yang and are meant for courtyards. The larger performances utilize all categories of instruments. Courtyard performances are also accompanied by dances. The higher a patron's social rank, the greater the number of dancers. Dancers were arranged in rows of equal length and width. The emperor, for example, had the largest number of dancers, arranged in 8 rows of 8. The hierarchical nature of instrument and dancer arrangement in Yayue performances parallels Chinese Confucian society.
During the Song dynasty, the abundance of luxury time in the Song allowed for reformation of Confucian ideas. The Song dynasty promoted Neo-Confucianism, which unified the 3 creeds of Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism into a single system of thought. Confucians of the Song dynasty studied the classical works of their faith, but were also familiar with the Buddhist and Taoist teaching. Buddhism offered Confucians ideas related to the nature of the soul and relation of the individual to the cosmos, ideas not yet explored by Confucianism. This sparked the emergence of the 3 creeds, Confucius, Buddha, and Laozi, in Chinese and Japanese painting, becoming popular during the Song and the Yuan dynasty. One of the pictorial themes of Neo-Confucianism in Chinese artworks is Sanjiao, literally means 3 religions. An example of Sanjiao in Chinese painting is the Sanshuan Tu, 3 sages tasting vinegar. In the painting, Confucius displays a sour face towards life, because rules and regulations are not strictly obeyed. As a defining characteristic of Chinese culture and politics, Confucianism has had a long-lasting role in Chinese art. Chinese art continues to be influenced by Confucius' teaching to the present day.